Good morning, friends. My name is Ankit Sharma, and I am a counseling psychologist and a spiritual healer. And today I'm going to discuss with you all about a spiritual healing modality which is known as past life regression therapy. So, before discussing past life regression therapy, let us see what all these three words means. So, regression means to go back, to trace backward, and past life means that life which you have already lived. So, past life regression means to going back to that life which you have already lived. Now, most of you will ask that what is the purpose to revisit a previous life when there is already a chaos going on in the present life. There is so much ups and downs going in the present life. There are so many problems, different scenarios are going on in the present life. So what is the purpose of going to revisit a previous life which we have already lived, which has been already ended? So uh, with this question comes the concept of karma, that is karmic debts. So past life regression basically is based on a theory of reincarnation and karmic debts. So before going ahead, I would like to tell you that past life regression therapy is being practiced by mental health professionals like people like psychologists and psychiatrists and different mental health professionals are using this past life healing therapy for more than 4 to 5 decades now in the Western countries, and they all believe in the concept of reincarnation and karmic debts. Now, they also suggest that it is not necessary for a therapist or a client to believe in the concept of reincarnation or rebirth or in the concept of karma or karmic debts. Even if the client or the therapist or both of them don't believe in the concept of reincarnation or karmic debts, still this past life regression therapy works fine and works exactly same on the person who believes in reincarnation and karmic debts. So, before moving ahead, I would like to tell you what is the meaning of karma. So, whatever you do, whatever deed is done by you, it leaves a subtle impression on our soul. So, this impression is known as karma. So, if you have done a good deed, it will leave a positive impression and it would be termed as a positive karma or a merit karma. And if you do a negative deed, then it will leave a negative impression on your soul, and that will be termed as a negative karma or a demerit karma. Now, karma is not just what you are doing overtly or what is can be seen by others in your behavior. Karma can be divided into three different groups. Whatever we do is, or whatever we behave is the grossest level of karma. Okay, and subtler to this behavior is the karma of our speech. Whatever we speak or whatever we say, our words create a emotion or a feeling in the other person who is listening to our words. So if our words have created a positive feeling in the other person, it gets to be a merit or a positive karma. Or if we speak something or heard something by our words, then that would be termed as a negative karma. Now, subtler to speech is the thoughts. Thoughts are going around in our mind throughout the day, right? There are thousands of thoughts which runs through our mind in a single day. So, if our thoughts or intentions or feelings or emotions for a certain person is positive, so that would create a positive karma. And if we create negative thoughts or have negative feelings or feelings of hatred or aversion for somebody, it will create a negative karma. So uh, generally we don't pay attention what kind of karma we are creating in our lives, or what kind of impression our soul is carrying through our deeds, right? Even if we pay attention to our karma at times, or whenever we introspect, or whenever we sit in meditation or something like that, generally we pay attention to the grossest level of karma, that however we have behaved. If we have hurted somebody through our behavior, we just pay attention to that. Or maybe at most we pay attention to our speech, that maybe my words have hurted that one, that person, I shouldn't have said these words to that person, right? But we never pay attention to our thoughts, right, which we are thinking all the time. So these thoughts, if we are creating negative thoughts, we are building our negative karma. If the thoughts are positive, we are building our positive karma. Now, what happens at the time of the death when a person dies? So reincarnation says that the soul leaves the body and goes to the spiritual realm, and after spending some time in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual world, the soul again returns to this physical world and takes a new body, right? So at the time of the death, when the soul leaves the body, along with it, it takes all the impressions which it has created throughout its lifetime, through its karma, right? So when the soul takes the new body in the new life, all these karma, all these impressions are carried by that soul into the new body. Now, to understand this fact, you must have seen that few newborn children are very loving, very caring, very friendly. They smile to unknown or strangers, right? But few children, they are very fuzzy, they cry, they are very angry, they are not friendly, right? So how do such qualities, such traits of personalities are developed in a newborn, when that person or when that baby has not even interacted with anybody, not even the language skills have been developed, or neither he or she had any experiences of good or bad, right? So the intellect is not developed so much. Still, you can see the different behavior patterns of different newborn child, right? So basically, these are the impressions which the soul is carrying into the new body from its previous lives or previous incarnations, right? So similarly, these impressions, they determine our behavior, they determine our personality, they determine what kind of fears and phobias do we have in this life. They also determine what kind of skills and talents do we have, and also what we can acquire and influence, have got influenced by our previous lives, right? So with all these impressions, whatever emotional conflicts we are having in this lifetime, or whatever psychological disorders we are having, or whatever physical pains or physical ailments we are having in this lifetime, are also somewhere deep rooted in our previous incarnations or through these karmic debts. Now we will take one by one. First of all, I will talk about the emotional conflict. If you have some conflict in your relationship, let's say there is a conflict between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, or maybe there is a conflict between a parent and a child, or maybe there is a conflict between a boss and a subordinate, or maybe with your colleague, or maybe with your best friend, or maybe there is a conflict between spouses, between husband and wives, between boyfriends and girlfriends. So all these emotional conflict is a reason of, or could be a probable reason of, past life karmic impressions which are not resolved. Okay, so in previous lifetimes there is an unresolved issue left, due to which the thoughts, the behavior, the personality comes up when you are interacting with a certain kind of human being, or in a certain relationship. So through this past life regression therapy, if either of the one person goes through this past life regression therapy, the healing occurs. And the healing occurs not only at the level of the mind or on the level of the body, it also occurs at the level of the soul. So when the healing occurs at the level of the soul, even if the other person is not going through this past life regression therapy, the healing at the level of the soul occurs, and the reaction and the maybe the behavior of that person changes towards the person who has gone through the therapy. So this is one thing. And the other thing is, if there is a psychological disorder, like if there is a fear or a phobia or anxiety of something, like people have fear of heights, or fear of closed rooms or dark rooms, or maybe fear of water, so that person could have been died falling off a great height in the previous lifetime, or maybe he or she died in a flood, or maybe he or she died in a cave that is the reason that that soul is carrying the impression of that traumatic event in the previous lifetime into this current lifetime, and therefore the person is still having fear and phobia of such things. And maybe a person is having addiction or anger issues, or maybe behavior or mood disorders. All these things could be traced back to a previous lifetime, and when that issue is found and is resolved in that previous lifetime, and the impression that the soul is carrying into the next lifetime has been resolved, the symptoms of this present lifetimes are elevated, and the person is free from all those present issues and traumatic symptoms. Now the next is the physical pains. If there is some unexplained physical pain, and you have gone through many MRIs or tests, or maybe have visited many doctors and therapists and physiotherapies and all those things, and still that physical pain is still in your body, so it is a high chance that you are carrying a impression of a physical pain from a previous lifetime, right? If a person is has left the body by having a, let's say, head injury, he might develop symptoms of migraines or headaches, right? If the person is died by a twisted neck, maybe some cervical or neck related problem is there. If a person has died by stabbing, somebody has stabbed a sword in his chest, or maybe in the lower back, so maybe there is a problem of pain in the lower back, or maybe pain in the chest, or maybe pain in the upper back. So these could be the probable reasons why there is no medical diagnosis, where there is no medical history or no medical explanation of these pains. So certainly this is the reason that your soul is carrying that impression of that traumatic event in the previous lifetime into this lifetime. So by going through past life regression therapy, all such conflicts, all such issues, whether they are emotional, whether they are psychological, or they are physical, could be resolved and treated, and you are elevated from all those symptoms and all those issues. And by undergoing that therapy, you make peace with your past, and by making certain changes in your present, which you will get insights through this therapy, you can create a better future. So that is all from my side, and in my next video I'll be explaining more about past life regression therapy, and what death actually is, and how soul carries impressions to the next lifetime, and what is the procedure of past life regression therapy, and how we will be going through this procedure, and all those things will be discussed in the next video. I hope you liked this video, and thank you so much. If you liked it, you can share it, you can comment on it, and for more information, I'll be sharing the link of my blog, in which I have explained this past life regression therapy in more detail. So you can visit my website, you can read my blogs, and can get more knowledge and more insights on this topic. Thank you so much.